56. Or go to mypillow.com, promo code Annie.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Promo code Annie. You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Brick City Creative Group is your one-stop multimedia destination. With the experience our team has, not many can really tell a story like we do. Specializing in live broadcasting, promo reels, film, and social media. No matter the story, we've got you covered with some of the best professionals in the industry. Your story is our mission. Find us on the web at brickcitycreativegroup.com or on Facebook at Brick City Creatives.
Veterans Day in the U.S. is also known as Armistice Day in other parts of the world, and it honors the many military who have fought for freedom. It is also the anniversary of the signing of the armistice that ended World War I. Major hostilities formally ended at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. The folks at the Voice of South Marion join you in remembering military past and present.
Finally, shipping made easy. Just Ship is your answer to your shipping aggravation. They come pick up your package and ship it for you. Birthday gifts, eBay sales, or an online return. Just Ship can handle all of them for you. Act now and you can save 20% on an annual subscription, which will take you through the 2020 holiday months. Go to www.justship.net now and take the aggravation out of shipping.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you live from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio, just outside the food court entrance to the Paddock Mall in the Brick City beautiful Ocala, Florida. And speaking of the Brick City beautiful Ocala, Florida, College of Central Florida is very prominent in our community. And today on the phone with us, we have Maureen Anderson. She's the Director of Financial Aid, and Eric Zimmer, a Financial Aid Specialist. And we're going to talk about the types of services veterans can expect when they attend CF. First off, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Let's talk about financial aid, because in the last 20, 25 years, financial aid has got this stigma of that people aren't paying their loans back, people aren't doing things because of how financial aid, a lot of the things that were done in financial aid 25, 30 years ago. But financial aid's changed drastically. Tell us some of the things about financial aid now that are much different than they used to be.
Oh, it is significantly different. And a lot of the stories that you hear about loan debt and not being able, or people not paying back their loans, are actually the exception. Very small percentage, and definitely not the norm. So there's been a lot of changes in financial aid. College of Central Florida administers $40 million worth of financial aid annually. We award $2 million of scholarships annually. We do our best to make it simple for the students to navigate through the financial aid process as quickly as possible to get them enrolled. And the financial aid process has also changed significantly over the years. There's been a lot of attempts, and I'll stress attempts, to simplify the process by the federal government, which is the main source of financial aid funding that we have.
Why it just, and I know you can't answer, but it seems funny to me. We all do it. We always say there's been attempts, and then the federal government is what we say afterwards.
Well,
I've given it a shot.
I will say say that I've been in financial aid, unfortunately, a long time. I've been in financial aid for 30 years. So I've seen a lot. Doesn't matter, who is in office or what party is responsible. It's a process. It's kind of like tax returns. It's bureaucratic. There's a lot of money that goes through financial aid, and therefore there's a lot of oversight. And because it's your tax dollars, you also would want the oversight there. So that's why the attempts to make it simple. You just can't give out money without it being a process and making sure that it's going to the right person.
I remember the process of 30 years ago when I was in school, just the stuff you had to fill out to apply for the Pell Grant and get the Pell Grant from the federal government was, even though they made it as simple as possible, it still was a handful to do to get the Pell Grant. So we're talking about veterans here that want to attend CF. What are some of the programs that you have that can help veterans streamline this process through financial aid?
I'll kick that to Eric. Eric is our veterans specialist, and he serves our veterans and is a veteran himself. So, Eric, go ahead and tell him what we do for our vets.
Well, first and foremost, the veterans in the community that do want to attend the College of Central Florida that come in and want to use financial aid, we will actually sit them down and walk them through the process side by side. I also have the ability to assist you in applying for your VA GI Bill benefit, and I can, again, sit next to you side by side and walk you through the entire process so that you're not just lost in the sauce. We can actually walk you through it step by step.
And when you talk about walking you through step by step, that would have been invaluable for me 30 years ago. I was given some forms, fill these out, bring them back in. I sat in a room waiting to be seen by a financial aid officer. They said, these look good, we'll apply for the stuff for you. I got a letter in my Landrum mailbox that said, your Pell Grant's been given to you. Come pick it up at the administration building in a week. Financial aid, you're actually talking about helping. You're actually talking about enlisting the help of the University of the school, the College of Central Florida, to actually help get a veteran through some of the minefields that they'd have to go through of the bureaucracy. Is that what I'm understanding?
Absolutely.
So how many, when veterans come in, how much of what they need is financial aid versus using the veteran money that they have out there through the GI Bill?
Well, most of the veterans that walk through the door and a good chunk of their dependents all have benefits. It's whether or not they know that they have them. And usually when they're directed my way, the very first thing I'll ask them is, have you applied for your education benefits through the VA? About 50% of them say yes. The other half say no. And if they say no, again, I walk them through the whole process. If they already have their benefits ready to rock and roll, it's 3 forms. I get them from them and I process them away. I don't need them to do anything else. I just need a copy of their schedule, their letter saying that they have benefits, and their DD-214, and I get them rocking and rolling within 15 minutes.
We're talking with Maureen Anderson. She's the Director of Financial Aid at the College of Central Florida, and Eric Zimmer, who is a financial aid specialist that deals with the veterans' financial aid needs at the College of Central Florida. Let me ask, when veterans come in, is there a specific area of education they have to go in to get some of these things, or is it open? They don't have to just go into law enforcement or something like that. Can they take any class or any schedule that they want and still get these kind of financial aid needs met?
Every course that's offered here at the College of Central Florida is covered under the GI Bill, and they can use it on anything that we offer here at the college.
How many veterans do you have, say, in a normal school year that come take advantage of financial aid and the help you give them through helping them with their GI Bill and stuff?
Every semester we have on average about 250 to 300 students that are veterans and or dependents.
Oh, now, when you say and or dependent, so this will you will help the children of veterans or the family, the nuclear family, wife and kids, or husband and kids of a veteran too. Is that my understanding?
Absolutely. We definitely will help out, and anybody who's connected to veterans, period, in some way, shape, or form. If they have a question, they can come in, and we can either get them the answer or direct them in the right. Send them in the right direction.
Maureen, when you're dealing with veterans and their GI Bills as opposed to the regular student body coming in, is there more oversight for the GI Bill and for how veterans are handled, or is it about the same?
It's about the same. There might be actually a little bit less than the federal financial aid, but they're definitely the same. They're all supervised and audited by the entity or agency that is administering the money. So we're actually going through a VA audit right now at the same time that we're going through a federal financial aid audit. So, yeah, there's definitely some oversight.
So that sounds like you got your hands full if you're going through over 2 audits right now and trying to work daily in the financial aid office. Now, is financial aid, can a veteran use his GI Bill, and does it cover all the financial aid, or is there sometimes a need where there may be need a supplement to the GI Bill through grants or actual loans through the federal student loan process?
Now, our veterans here can utilize both the GI Bill benefits that they've earned, as well as apply for the financial aid benefits through FAFSA. We can also get them scholarships in and outside of the college, depending on where they come from, as long as they're vetted.
And how long does the process take? You said you can get them rocking and rolling in 15 minutes. How long is the actual process? If I was a veteran, walked on campus for the first time, how long is the actual process? Is it hours, days, or weeks that it would take me to get everything to where I know I got financial aid coming?
Between the application process for the GI Bill, FAFSA, applying to the college, and getting to your class, I've seen it in as little as 3 weeks.
Maureen, 3 weeks is pretty fast. That's a good office. That's a good competent office you're running over there.
Well, we'd like it to be even faster than that, but that is very reasonable. A student should plan about a month, but as we get closer to the semester, we have a sense of urgency to get a student completed so that they can start classes on time. Our goal is to get them settled and in class with their books so that they can start and not be worried about their funding or how they're going to get their money.
Winter semester. If I wanted to get to winter semester, when would be the best time to get started on financial aid?
Because of Thanksgiving break and Christmas break, I would start now. We actually have financial aid information sessions going on this week and next week. And prospective students can find that on our website at cs.edu/information session. And we'll do a financial aid overview, as well as we also do FAFSA one-on-one assistance. And the FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. So all that to say, I would start now because we do have the 2 weeks off during Christmas break. But you could start as late as December 1st, but I would recommend you do it right now.
And you said that there's a free application. Now, is there any kind of cost to the veteran or to anyone if they come in to utilize financial aid? Is there any kind of upfront cost, or is that all just free to use?
There should never be a cost to apply for financial aid or veterans benefits. Unfortunately, there are some .com websites that will take your information, and then when you get to the end, ask you to pay some money. That's when you know you're not in the right place. You want to go to FAFSA, FAFSA.gov, and when you're on a .gov website, you know you're in the right place. And they put the free in the application to emphasize that it is free to apply.
We're talking with Maureen Anderson, Director of Financial Aid at the College of Central Florida here in Ocala, and Eric Zimmer. He's Financial Aid Specialist who deals with veterans' financial aid needs. Eric, what are some of the concerns or some of the problems you hear that veterans tell you that it took them a while to get started in this process because they were leery of this or leery of that? Do you hear any kind of feedback from veterans about those issues?
Actually, the biggest hiccup that I hear is when a veteran comes in and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to use my GI Bill," and they don't realize that they actually have to apply for using those benefits before they actually use them. It's very quick and easy. It's va.gov, and it's about halfway down on the left-hand side, apply for education benefits. It takes about 10, 15 minutes to get through the entire application. But the biggest hurdle that they have is they didn't know that they needed to apply to use those benefits first.
If I was going to sign on to the CF website to try to find out some answers about financial aid, is there a place that would explain that to me if I was a veteran, that first I have to go and apply for my veterans benefits?
Yes, actually, we have a Veterans tab on the CF website, and it gives you all of the information. One of the very first things that it tells you is go to va.gov and apply for your benefits.
I guess you got to get the ball rolling downhill somewhere, and that's the first thing you got to do. With the GI Bill, how much of the GI Bill does it cover all the cost of school most of the time, or do most of the veterans have to get a supplement along with the GI Bill?
We have 2 chapters because there's a total of 5 different chapters under the GI Bill. 2 of them outright, the VA will pay your tuition itself. They cut a check directly to the school. The other 3 will actually pay the student enough to cover those expenses, and then also enough for their books and a monthly housing stipend as well. But if you want to just take the worry of having to actually pay your tuition, we have 2 chapters that pay that outright.
And are most veterans when they come to you still considered a non-traditional student?
Yes.
Because of their relative age and everything, is that what goes into basing it on a non-traditional student?
Yeah, they're definitely coming in with different age and different expectations. Your traditional students coming in, they've already got, point direction. Most of our veterans are coming in trying to figure out what school is like because they haven't been in school for at least 4 years most of the time.
It is. I was a non-traditional student, didn't go to college till I was 22, and it was a whole different process for me. The hardest process for me really was you get a vivid look at the difference between 22 and 18 when you're a freshman at 22. You don't really necessarily understand the age differential when you're growing up, but when you're 22 and you've lived 4 years on your own where you're paying for your rent, you're paying for your lights, you're paying for everything, or you're in the military, so you're going to work in the military every day. When you get to college, the significant difference between a 22-year-old and an 18-year-old is really something that's hard to adjust to, and I bet veterans find the same thing.
We do, and one of the things that we have to help compensate that is our Veterans Lounge. It's closed right now due to COVID-19 restrictions, but we're hoping in the future to get that back open. It's a place where us veterans actually collect, and we get to de-stress in the ways that we know how and be around other veterans who are doing the exact same thing. And we get to break it down and say, okay, well, this is what we need to do and adjust. And we have a different framework for our mindset. So I can't wait to actually get that door back open.
Talking with Maureen Anderson, she's the Director of Financial Aid at CF, and Eric Zimmer, Financial Aid Specialist who deals with veterans. If a veteran's listening to this program right now and goes, maybe I need to start thinking about my higher education needs. Maureen, where can they go find more information specifically about the College of Central Florida?
Well, I would say our website, cf.edu, and as Eric said, there's a Veterans tab. Or if you want, you can email us in the Veterans Office at veterans@cf.edu. What I wanted to say is, Eric and his team, they do a great job creating a veteran community. So as Eric was saying, the veterans come in with unique experiences and life experiences, and they have a very strong community and a very strong network, and it's a family of sorts. So any veteran who wants to reach out to them, they would be more than happy to speak with them and talk with them and set the expectations for college and let them know what they should expect.
Eric, let me ask you this question. How many of the veterans, when they come to you, they're coming to get a higher education learning, they're coming to get more education, but they already have a job or they're already in the workforce. College isn't their only, because a lot of kids when they're 18, they go 18 to 22. College is their job. A lot of veterans come out, they may have a family, they may be starting their family and stuff. How many veterans do you deal with that work is also something that enters into the financial aid discussion?
I actually have, like I said, I get about 250 to 300, and out of that, I would say at least 150 of them are in the workforce when they're coming through our doors.
And does that create a different set of issues for financial aid, or does that not factor in at all?
When it comes to the financial aid side, I would have to pass that one off to Maureen. As for the GI Bill, it does not.
And I would say, for the most part, it does not affect the financial aid significantly. But if the veteran's income has changed at all, we can actually reevaluate their income and do a better picture of what their financial situation is. So working, especially if you have a family and dependents, it doesn't significantly affect your financial aid eligibility.
Is this something, the financial aid eligibility, is this something a veteran has to redo every new school year?
Yeah, well, for financial aid, yes. Eric can speak to the VA benefits.
As for VA benefits, once you're awarded your benefits, it gives me a timeline. It tells me how many months you have. And you're good until you've utilized every month that you have on your letter of eligibility. So it's apply once and you're good until you're done with your benefits.
And that's for the GI Bill benefits, but for financial aid, you do have to do it once every new school year.
Yeah,
correct.
That is, yeah.
Once again, give us the website where they can go find out more information. And the fact that there's a Veterans tab on this website is amazing. Kudos to y'all for creating that.
Thank you. We are very proud of our veterans. We try to provide extra services for our veterans. Our veterans are given priority registration, so all veterans get to register on the first day the classes become available, so that they can set their schedule and get their benefits running as quickly as possible. But any information about CF is at CF, College of Central Florida, cf.edu. We have a Veterans tab, and if you're interested in financial aid assistance, we also have a virtual lobby, which in this new COVID situation, not a lot of students are coming to campus, although we are open. So we are serving students via Zoom, and you can find us in our Zoom lobby at cf.edu/lobby, and you can meet with somebody from admissions, enrollment services, and financial aid via Zoom from 8 to 4:30 p.m.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, Eric Zimmer, Financial Aid Specialist, and Maureen Anderson, Director of Financial Aid. You, both of you today during this interview have made President Jim Henningsen very proud. Henningsen very proud about the way you represent CF. Thanks so much for what you do for CF, what you do for the community, and definitely what you do for our fantastic veterans in our community.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
That was Maureen Anderson, Director of Financial Aid, and Eric Zimmer, Financial Aid Specialist for the College of Central Florida. The fact they have a Veterans tab on their website that's really, really great. That's a really, really great thing. Speaking of great things, the 8th annual, it's probably taking place right now, isn't it? It is. It's taking place right now, the 8th annual Paychecks for Patriots. Got about 30 minutes left in that. It's gives veterans access to job fair online at Career Source CLM. It's part of a statewide effort to connect Florida veterans with career opportunities. Got about half an hour left of the 8th annual Paychecks for Patriots career fair with Career Source Citrus Levy Marion. Ocala Fire Rescue is collecting donations for the holiday drive. We had Chris Hickman in here yesterday talking about this exact drive. They're serving as collection sites for food, toiletries, baby items, toys. All of it benefits local charities in our area. They will be accepting donations all the way until Friday, December 11th. Friday, December 11th. some of the things they're looking for are canned goods, dried goods, other non-perishables like fruit cups, juice boxes, peanut butter, jelly, crackers, toiletries, soap, shampoo, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes, mouthwash, baby items or baby food, diapers, baby wipes, pull-ups, stuff along, anything that can help babies, baby bottles that are unopened so that, they're still in the packaging, and new unwrapped toys in the original packaging. New and unwrapped in the original packaging. That's what you got to have. They're collecting the drop-off locations or stations 1 through 7. Any of the fire stations 1 through 7 is accepting the donations right now at Ocala Fire Rescue for the holidays for our people in need here in Marion County. And as always, Marion County does such a good job stepping up and helping out. It's with all the charities and all that. Matter of fact, I know that Brothers Keepers is set up at Blessed Trinity all the month of November for Thanksgiving. When we go to church on Sunday mornings, there's a Brothers Keepers van. Marion County people, you do a great job. You're to be congratulated. You do a great job taking care of all of our nonprofits here in our area, and sometimes I don't think you get kudos enough for doing that. And congratulations to the Marion County community for taking care of our nonprofits the way that you do. Real quick, got a couple birthdays. Let me get over to the birthdays here. On this day, Richard Burton, the great actor, he was born on this day, November 10th, 1925. And Tim Rice, he's best known for his work with Andrew Lloyd Webber. They created Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, along with many others. It's his birthday today as well. It's going to bring to a close a Tuesday edition of Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz. Mike Gallagher is on the airwaves next, right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
If Joe Biden won the election fair and square, while the scrutiny of making sure the vote was right, as American voters insist, Attorney General William Barr has given the green light to let federal prosecutors investigate allegations of voter fraud. Almost immediately, Democrat Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren wrote, quote, Attorney General Bill Barr is a corrupt Trump henchman who should have been impeached months ago. If he cared one shred about our democracy, he'd be focused on the peaceful transition of power instead of doing the bidding of a wannabe dictator. End quote. AG William Barr on CNN.
But elections that have been held with mail have found substantial fraud and coercion. For example, we indicted someone in Texas, 1,700 ballots collected. From people who could vote, he made them out and voted for the person he wanted to, okay? Because that kind of thing happens with mail-in ballots, and everyone knows that.
USA Radio News.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
I've been taking vitamins off and on my whole adult life, and I've never seen any change. Not like this, not since I've been on Balance of Nature. I used to take prescription medication for muscle aches and stuff. I don't take that anymore. I wish I would have started it back when I first heard about it on the radio. And if I can give Balance of Nature any advice, keep it out on the radio, because I still hear these commercials from time to time, and I'm thinking, you people need to listen up. I mean, I'm over 50, and, your body starts wearing down. But Balance of Nature has literally changed my life. It really has.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.
Pfizer Incorporated said Monday that its COVID-19 vaccine is up to 90% effective based on early test results that nevertheless brought a big burst of optimism to a world desperate for the means to finally bring the catastrophic outbreak under control. Pfizer was paid nearly $2 billion in July by the Health and Human Services and the Department of Defense branches of the government for President Trump's Operation Warp Speed. We're in a position potentially to be able to offer some hope, Dr. Bill Gruber, Pfizer's Senior Vice President of Clinical Development, told the Associated Press. We're very encouraged. Meanwhile, the FDA has authorized the emergency use of Eli Lilly's experimental COVID-19 antibody treatment for non-hospitalized patients with mild to moderate symptoms. The Food and Drug Administration said its authorization was based on clinical trials showing that the treatment, Bamlan-Evimob, reduced the need for hospitalizations or emergency room visits in COVID-19 patients at high risk of the disease worsening. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Working from home? I'm Chad Dodd, veterinarian and consultant to Limp Bells. Here's some tips for keeping your dog fit while staying at home. Find 15 minutes twice a day and walk your pet at a decent pace around your place. Play hide and seek by hiding some kibble or favorite toys and letting your dog find them. If you have stairs and your dog is mobile, walk up and down twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Or better yet, try a power walk on your terrace or backyard for some fresh air. There are more helpful pet care tips at youmove.com, spelled YOUMove.com.
Monday Night Football.